in there. Twisted Fate and Sivir already banned away. But it all comes down to this. EDG trying to get back to MSI. This is their tournament. They are the champions of MSI at the moment. If we don't count any other international,
which we don't,
at all. We certainly don't.
Because champion of MSI, why would you count Worlds? We didn't say champion of the latest international tournament. Champion of MSI, you're right. So
excellent.
Yes, they are trying to get back there.
But it is going to be Alistar and Poppy being taken away here as well. So I do like the Poppy ban. Ekko's still available though, as the Maokai is going to get hit.
Yeah, I actually love the Maokai ban because we know that Lupa likes to be a little bit more carry-oriented in his top lane choices, and Maokai nullifies so much of it on the current patch. So RNG putting in work. See Rapid Star there on your screen. Of course, EDG's coach giving out his last ban order.
We'll see what it is going to be here as well. There are still a few things left available. Kalista is up, Lulu's up. Of course, all of the junglers are up as well. So Nidalee, something like that. But no, Braum is the one that's going to be taken away. They're targeting the support
what
champion
I want to talk about right now is actually how high a priority RNG have put on Ekko. Because as you can see, they banned away Alistar. And Marta's famous line is, give me Alistar, I will win you the game. I think 86% win rate throughout the regular season on that particular champion. But they banned it away from Meiko because they understand they don't want to first pick it. They want to get Lupa on something he's very comfortable on.
They also don't give away the Kalista-Alistar combo straight away if they do decide to take away this Ekko. So putting a lot into Lupa's hands here. Or potentially xiohu, but he's not necessarily an Ekko player here for RNG.
Anyone can play Ekko at the moment. We've seen tank Ekkos running around the mid lane of the LPL Atlus.
That is a very good point. But two very powerful picks here for EDG as Korra's hovering the Ryze. The Graves for ClearLove as well. The jungler of choice at the moment.
Yeah, Korra used to play a lot of Ryze. Pawn also has a play on it right now. They're the first two picks they go for. ClearLove is a very good Graves. So I'm not surprised to see these picks come out. I think that this gives them, as I said, the more aggressive style jungler. As soon as he gets two items, ClearLove will be an absolute wrecking ball throughout the map. So watch for him to go aggressive against mlxg. I don't think that mlxg is going to have the luxury of taking the fight to ClearLove this game.
Could be very difficult. But few things still left available. Of course, Kalista is there if Wuxx wants to pick it up. He's got even games between Kalista and Lucian, but Lucian has just been flying far ahead of her at the moment as far as priority is concerned. I think xiohu is the one person that had a Lucian mid-game as well, as you like to remind me every now and again. Basically every single time I see a Lucian hovered in an RNG game would be about the time that I'd remind you of that.
So I beat you to the punch this time.
Thank you very much. He's covering the base.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
I know that it makes you a little bit
I know you're nervous, so, you know, I just thought I'd get your line in there for you.
Thank you very much, Spawn. Look, always the helping hand, but Thresh is going to be locked in here for RNG, so the bottom lane, that lifesteal bottom lane that we have seen a lot of success for, is going to be locked away, especially in the promotion tournament actually here for the LPL. There's Thresh Lucian really making his way back in.
Just the pick potential that comes out of Thresh right now. I think the teams are kind of struggling with vision. They have actually throughout the entirety of the split, and I think that Thresh just counters that so heavily. It's also a very aggressive 2v2 lane, but that's an aggressive 2v2 lane being hovered right now as well.
And Deft, in my opinion, is the best Ezreal player at the moment. I just think he's ridiculously good at the champion.
He's on the tier list.
Haha, haha.
No, my tier list of people that are allowed to play Ezreal.
I thought you were talking about champions that build tier.
I wasn't at all. I don't do that.
Okay, you weren't making a funny?
No, definitely not. But thanks for the laugh.
I do definitely love the Bard though. That is my
well, you're talking about playmaking potential. You know, Meiko, who now has it in spades, is going to be able to generate picks around the map. And I think there's something that RNG have to be very aware of, especially if they lane swap the creative gank paths that Meiko is going to be able to take ClearLove on.
Well, now RNG to round out their lineup. Looking for a mid laner and a jungler at the moment. Or, of course, a top laner and a mid laner if they want to. mlxg has played that Ekko before. We'll see exactly what RNG decide to go for. xiohu does have the opportunity to grab the Azir. Wuxx is hovering it right now. It would make a heck of a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think Kindred is the next pick as well. A very strong Kindred composition coming out of RNG. You know, you have Lupa's stun if you want to keep it that way. If you ever get the jump on people, you have xiohu to scoop them out, play the literal janitor Azir.
Yeah.
You know, just get the big broom and push it through the ultimate. So I really like what they've done here, actually, RNG. They have a great pick on good skirmish potential, but they scale up as the game goes on, more importantly, so they will be able to fight EDG whenever they choose.
They have a massive amount of damage as well. I mean, we've spoken at length about Ekko's base damages, the fact that you build tank and still can smack the heck out of people. And then Kindred as well. I mean, mlxg on another aggressive jungler. This just does fit RNG's style fantastically well. We'll see how EDG round things out. I have to feel like it's going to be some sort of tanky top laner. But we'll see exactly what Koro decides to pick up, or whether it is going to be pawn grabbing something there for the mid lane as well.
So there was a cheeky flash there of the Fiora, of course, renowned a little bit as a counter to Ekko in the top lane at the moment. Gragas is a very good top laner, in my opinion at least. Is able to go 1v1 with Ekko because he has the similar damage on his W, of course, the cast buff. So that would be a strong, you know, even balance between magic and physical damage with good initiation out of Koro and Meiko. I like it.
There's also the fact that they now get the explosive cast for the sweet disengage. Get them out of the way of that Lamb's Respite if they decide to. So the Respite and Swipe is there on the side of RNG. They can use the Emperor's Divide in order to get people out of it. But with the explosive cast, EDG also have a chance to claim that area.
Also, if Koro Pawn ever catch someone out, if Koro throws them back into the team, Pawn will lock them down for long enough for ClearLove to kill someone. So they have a surprising amount of pick potential, I think, in this composition. Also, EDG.
You're talking about a lot of scaling here on the side of EDG as well. I mean, 2-tier users, Ezreal known for his incredible ability to kite in the late game, lots of extra damage there as well. So we are going to go through these matchups. Lupa versus Koro. We'll see who is actually going to get the final say as far as that Smack Talk video is concerned. Still reeling. Man, those guys. There's mlxg versus ClearLove. Sort of the featured matchup for this grand final. mlxg's got a lot on his hands now.
Yeah, he certainly do. Xiohu versus Pawn in the mid lane. Azir versus Ryze. Something that Azir should be able to control, but if he's ever caught out, Ryze will take over. And Wuxx versus Deft. It's going to be a massive bottom lane.
Exactly right. We'll see whether Wuxx can actually prove himself more than just a fan of Deft. As there's Meiko with the Bard and Mata. He's got a championship skin on that champion. I have a feeling this could be very, very difficult as far as that bottom lane is concerned. But ladies and gentlemen, let's get on to the rift. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen, onto the rift for Game 1 of the Grand Final between RNG and EDG. Pawn already setting himself up as this crowd is going completely nuts. We'll see who is going to be able to take this first game. RNG with a phenomenal composition, honestly, on paper.
It looks like both teams, honestly, got exactly what they wanted. I think that, you know, Deft's Ezreal, something we have to point out, the control that EDG are going to have in these team fights versus, honestly, some brute force out of RNG, and that suits how the two teams play.
Yeah. Well, you can see EDG haven't actually shown themselves just yet. How did Deft not get seen by that ward?
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Sort of no point in doing it, but still. Was invisible. You can see the lane swap actually being started here from RNG, and I like this. Try and unlock Mata as quickly as possible.
See, I really don't. If you're going to pick Lucian Thresh, I think that you have to look to bully a lane, especially against a tier user. I think that... sure, it unlocks the potential for Mata to be able to roam around Summoner's Rift, but I just don't think it suits the style right now.
We'll see exactly what is going to happen here. They may have sort of blindly been expecting some sort of lane swap, but it's not what they're going to get as mlxg taking down the red buff. Lucian and Mata will grab themselves some extra experience here from the Gromp. And everything will be a little bit topsy-turvy, but we'll see whether these top laners are going to be able to grab the first 3 CS before joining their junglers.
Pawn sticking with Strength of the Ages on his Ryze.
Oh my goodness, there's already the Cosmic Binding. That's actually looking for the killer onto Lupa. Has to flash immediately. Nice Mystic Shot is going to come out from Deft. Lupa staying a little bit too long and loses a summoner spell.
Not respecting the power of level 1 Ezreal Bard. We talk about it all the time. People expect Ezreal to be weak early game. just because of the tier pickup, but with no items or low cooldown of that Mystic Shot. Quite strong as now Marta wants a piece.
Well, there's the smite. ClearLove is going to be able to lock that one down. Nice double play, but Marta may have bitten off more than he can chew here. Quick Draw comes in. Another flash. ClearLove straight after him. Into the line's going to come in. The shield, though. But first blood goes to ClearLove.
And they set all the knockdown.
Oh, my goodness. xiohu has to blow the heal now as well as Meiko's joined in. The instant flash follow-up. This pawn comes over the top. He's looking for a Rune Prison. Doesn't find the Q. But there's the lockdown and Koro grabs it. EDG off to a flying start.
EDG pick up 2 kills and ClearLove already said it. Do not invade my jungle because I will make you pay. And let's take another look at it. Marta doesn't respect the duo level 2 here and red buff on the Graves. He just gets cleaned up, Atlus. And the fun doesn't stop. xiohu should be backing away, but he gets pincered and killed.
It was ridiculous. Meiko's instant flash after xiohu there as well just shows how incredibly bloodthirsty these two teams are.
And that's a stat to look at. 94% win rate with first blood this split for EDG, and they've been able to farm both lanes.
I just want to let you know, they also just flat out have a 74% win rate.
Yeah, so it doesn't really matter all that much. I take your meaning. As they're putting out the teleport ward, of course, no teleport available right now out of EDG. They go back. They're going to be able to pick up a very early tier, you feel, onto Deft.
Yeah, very
actually
early
looking for the lane swap still.
Well,
mlxg's wasted a lot of time up here. There's a big creep wave.
Koro as well, just bopping around up here, but you can see that wave is going to push back.
If they wait any longer, honestly, the Bard will get here in time. So they spot him out now. Now they have to back away. So that's so much time wasted out of the jungler. mlxg just sat up there for probably a good 45 seconds, I think it's fair to say, and gets nothing from it.
Well, you can see Koro doesn't have his teleport in order to get towards the bottom side, so may need to back relatively quickly or lose that turret.
No, they'll lose the turret. This is exactly what they wanted. They got a lane swap. And as I said, I honestly thought it was going to be RNG searching for duo lanes, and it is. They recognize this is where their strength is.
Well, right now, EDG trying to shove out this lane as much as they possibly can. Lupa still up here, and the bottom lane is making their way in.
But one more time, now it's in RNG's favor because the lane is pushing back. Lupa got some golden experience here, and they're sending their duo back up. He's got teleport also, so he's just going to be able to recall and hit the teleport on bottom lane like immediately.
Well, nice adaptation so far from RNG, but they do have to claw back 1,000 gold lead here in 5 minutes after that early skirmish invade.
That's a big shot for a top laner. Koro, level 4 already, goes back, grabs both forms of the rings and the boots to be able to take into that lane. You see that his full Dorans are and boots.
Yeah, 1-0-1 already. Cosmic Binding nicely landed there by Meiko.
And it's interesting because Wuxx has opted to match out the scaling. You know, he picks up a cull for himself, going to give him great sustain during this laning phase. But maybe would have expected to see a longsword and try and get in quickly towards an Essence Reaver to start dominating Lucian. Instead, he's just happy to play the farm game, which is not good against Ezreal generally. Because if they ever get to 2 items first, they can absolutely take over a mid-game.
Well, speaking of happy to do things, 2 pink wards now sitting in the same brush. Both of these top laners just more than happy to leave them there for each other.
5 auto attacks is just such a huge investment at the start of the game.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Yeah, Deft has to use the Arcane Shift in order to get himself out. But is going to do so successfully. 52-39 though, as Wuxx is doing fantastically well in this lane. But big wave for Deft to pick up, so we'll be A-okay there.
Yeah, I don't think Deft is going to stress about this lane at all. The fact that they're in a 2v2 situation is definitely not in the Ezreal's favor, but he got a tier so early that he's just going to be able to scale up nicely. And sometimes it's not even about the gold you pick up. Like, as long as you're within touching distance, which he is, it's about when you are going to be able to find your power. You can see that he thinks that's now.
Both of the wards, however, are going to go down as Koro standing on top of one.
Doesn't want to belly slam forward because the Kindred was in the river. Of course, that's his only way to get out as well. So just wanders lazily back towards lane. But you can see the gold lead is closing Atlus because, as you mentioned, 2 tier users means that they're not going to really smash the laning phase right now for EDG. Maybe even a blessing in disguise that they were able to get the 2 early kills because they certainly have started to fall a little bit behind.
Yeah. Well, we'll see whether Pawn is going to be able to make anything of it. He's gone back once again, bought the makings of his Catalyst and some boots. But here's the magical journey. They're looking for Mata, who just flashes away. Throws out a lantern to Wuxx, and everything's going to be fine.
And I said this already, the creative gank pass that will come out of ClearLove now that he's got that magical journey on his side. Mata has to immediately burn a flash. Perfect use of it, but still a summoner spell down.
Very true. Oh, culling is going to come out from Wuxx, so just making sure he can clear out the wave. Meiko tanks up as much of it as he can. These minions are going to fall down. EDG have a bit of free time in this lane, but probably not for long.
Meiko's going to stop it. Yep.
Yeah, Hook is going to come out.
Well played. That's going to deny a creep wave now if they still want to complete that recall. Because with level 6, it's going to become available. Oh, it doesn't stop. It just stops the AD carries. Now Mata has to run back to the turret.
Staggered backs here from RNG. You can see EDG going to make use of it here by shoving out this wave as quickly as possible. True Shot Barrage is going to be used in order to do so.
He's going to try and hold it. No, he's not. Smart play out of Mata, so both AD carries just get a free back. Lucian won't miss as much CS as it originally thought. And everything normalizing on Summoners. xiohu has an CS lead, but has lost out on that assist, so realistically everything's pretty even.
Yeah, and Ryze, of course, pretty happy just to keep this game scaling. He's going to be able to grab himself a blue buff there as well, so Pawn, we'll see what he's going to do with it. Walks over a ward here back to the mid lane, but xiohu going to do a very similar thing.
He is slightly stronger with level 9 now, Ryze. I don't think that, like, he used to be a hard scaling mage, right? At every point of the game he got stronger. Right now with these 2 mana items and, you know, level 9 to 14, he seems to be pretty content to be able to fight people. So this is roughly the stage of the game where you expect Ryze to at least hit his first power spike. Does only get better from there, but he's not exactly weak in the earlier stages anymore.
And Meiko actually looking for mlxg here. And he's going to find him, but not going to be able to do anything about it, as Pawn takes a bit of damage there from the Sand Soldiers.
Yeah, he took 2 combat summoners there, Pawn, in the Ghost and the Flash, so he's going to get a little bit punished earlier in the game. I think that's fine. They once again go towards a lane swap here. Now that mlxg must be close towards getting that Devourer, they want to swap their stronger lane towards the bottom side of the map and see if they can get him stacking nice and early.
Wow, ClearLove is actually looking for mlxg here. They don't have any vision, but the magical journey is going to get Meiko over there. Looking for the Cosmic Binding, nails it against the wall as ClearLove is going to throw down into the line. Does have the ultimate, but mlxg is going to answer with a Lamb's Respite.
Still a worthwhile trade there. Oh my god, Arcane Shot.
They're looking... No. He was too healthy.
Yeah, much too healthy.
But Pawn is actually going to grab onto xiohu here. Nice trade from the Ryze.
See, first power spike obtained by Ryze, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, they weren't able to pick up the kill here. And it looks like they are back into lane swap, so maybe we'll just shove out those turrets, but things starting to go slowly back towards EDG. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, there's the Empress Divide. Pawn immediately going to flash out of the way and use the Ghost. He grabs himself a shield. ClearLove's going to make his way in, but he's going to fall down. Looper is going to help pick up the kill there for xiohu.
Raw aggression out of xiohu, able to scoop him back. No respect given by Pawn for what was the weaker side of the map. They pick up a much earlier turret, and they might even lose mid lane here as well. EDG, if they give up 2 free objectives, will lose control of that side of the map.
Yeah, got to be a little bit careful.
They're going to dive him. Nah. All right, cool.
Karo is going to be discovered. You can see lots of vision here for EDG towards the top side as they are going to take this outer turret.
That's why Pawn should have been playing towards the top brush. They had so much vision up there. I mean, they just sent back mlxg, in fact, from that side of the map, so was pretty free, but instead plays towards bottom side, is made to pay.
Yeah, well, you can see EDG are going to be able to take themselves the Rift Herald. ClearLove happily tanking that one up for now. And Deft going to help him out there, so ClearLove is looking to grab it himself. Deft wanted it. And Mata not going to be able to head in here and stop anything. Kara, you got to be careful, buddy.
No, I think he's alright.
Oh, nice play.
He's still got the ulti.
Yeah, there's the Tempered Fate. Hikaru is going to get locked up, but Meiko is going to make his way in. True Shot Barrage onto Wuxx. But the ultimate bought enough time to save the EDG top laner.
So proactive gameplay out of both supports there that were looking for it. I mean, even Deft cancelled his recall to see if he could get anything done. However, Koro doing a little bit better job of farming right now than Lupa, his counterpart. And he's a Gragas. There's just no way you kill him at this stage of the game.
Yeah. xiohu as well, going to spot himself a pink ward. mlxg going to help him clear that one out. But
Kept
Koro
the
will see
ultimate off the back as well. Yeah, there it is.
Just going to use that to clear out all of the creeps.
So it gets another wave for free. Going to be able to back away now. You can see that Ekko went back to base. Bottom of the map completely in ClearLove's control.
Meiko with a bit of a frustrating magical journey there. Didn't quite make it.
Yeah.
These things sometimes happen.
It does. You know, it's a fickle spell, the old magical journey.
Well, it's magical. You can't necessarily expect what will happen. That's sort of the beauty of the magic.
You're a pretty crappy wizard if that's the way it works, mate.
Been reading too much Terry Pratchett. But EDG now going to start off the dragon. Neutral objectives definitely belonging to this team right now. Koro making his way back towards the top side. Teleport in hand. His flash available as well, but he's not going to be able to make the turret in time to save it. Man, we're looking at the mid lane, and that 30 CS lead, that could start becoming a problem here for EDG.
Yeah, it certainly could. Pawn, especially the fact that he gave a kill over to xiohu as well. xiohu doing a fantastic job, and we said that, you know, he's been starting to ramp up in terms of strength and consistency.
Yeah.
Something that they have to keep an eye on. I don't think they're all too worried because he should still spike earlier. I feel like these stats are a little bit weighted just because EDG don't lose. Like, I want to see their win percentage when they don't get first dragon, for example.
Well, Martha's actually going to get stunned here. Cosmic Binding comes in, but ClearLove just grabs it with the ultimate. EDG actually using the teleport to get down here, looking for the catch onto Wuxx. There's the Tempered Fate, actually going to stop the turret. Belly Bob comes in. Wuxx in so much trouble as ClearLove. He's going to be here, not in time to pick up an assist though, as ClearLove grabs that one. And now EDG trying to get out. They've got what they came for. And now they're ready to leave.
Yeah, what a play there. They go super aggressive and complete the teleport. I think that actually caught RNG off guard because the top wave is pushing back in their favor. I think they expected them to leave, but they keep going and get their second kill.
Really brutal stuff here from EDG. So it looks like skirmish play definitely working in their favor, despite the fact that there are some losing lanes as far as farm, but this is fantastic.
Let's take a look. They kill Marta here, but they continue to go through. And you hear their communication. You hear exactly what they want to do, you know? They just commit hard, and as soon as the second teleport comes through, they back away from the overall call. Everyone gets out safe, and Pawn kind of covers the retreat. Very nicely played.
Yeah, beautiful out of EDG. They also now have a mark to protect towards the top side that mlxg might want to come and grab, but it's going to be relatively dangerous, especially with Deft in the area. Now has his Iceborne Gauntlet building towards that as, oh my goodness, another Emperor's Survivor, but it throws EDG towards their turret. Descends, lands on Meiko. Marta's playing like a god as mlxg is able to pick up the kill.
Yeah, xiohu on the other hand, that was a little bit of a mistake. Shoves him back towards his turret. That would have been a double if he had been able to pull off that particular maneuver, but not able to do it. And you can see that now ClearLove, couple of levels up actually. No, just one over the Kindred. Poor eyesight in my old age, Atlas.
I feel like you've had poor eyesight for most of your life.
Yeah, all of it actually.
Yeah. So don't worry about calling yourself old. That's fine. Deft is going to pop his head in here, but tower did of course fall down. Some turret is going to be erected.
With an additional turret right now, RNG is still 1,000 gold down, and you feel that will normalize eventually. They've got a really good dive comp here, and xiohu does not have his flash available. And you can see the assistant pings already, but both waves pushing in top and bottom. Don't know if he's going to be able to stick this one out, and if he does, he might just die.
Yeah, well, there's Koro, does have the ultimate, going to deliver mlxg, but he has the Lance Despite, he's going to use it now as well, as Lupa was looking for the stun. Koro in no man's land as the box comes out, collateral damage, grabs the first kill. They grab the turret at the same time. Marta in so much trouble as Wuxx throws down the culling. They're looking to try and grab something back. Koro, of course, did fall down, and Deft now kiting away, looking to find Lupa, who's not the tank he wants to be right now. And ClearLove still looking for it. Deft was so close to dead. But Meiko, you have to be careful. xiohu just picks up the kill easily. A little bit of mispositioning from the EDG support. xiohu has to be respected.
Yeah, exactly right. This Azir is massive. And even though they lose the turret, they pick up 2 kills, so they keep the gold at about 1,000 Atlas. And 2-1 and 2, 30 CS in the lead. xiohu very much in control of this game.
Although Pawn really wants something to say about it.
Well, he actually did the right thing. He picked up Merc Treads, defensive item, and he's going for the Cal as well. So Ryze is going to have no way to kill Azir as this game moves forward. This is something that Pawn actually bought into the LPL, and I think is going to very much dislike it as we take another replay. Koro went for the good dive, but it's just because it's onto Kindred, and Kindred's ulti nullifies so much of the work. I mean, Meiko tries to use his ultimate for a similar thing here, and Koro does the right thing, ducks back in, but Marta immediately flashes out of the way, and it means they can't chase through that choke point where there are two Azir Sand soldiers.
Yeah, Deft sort of left on his own here for just a little bit. xiohu, whoa, that was so close. Nice arcane shift there from Deft. Is going to spell the defeat of the Rift Herald though.
Well, let's take a look where the power is right now. You can see that the jungler for EDG is 20 CS up and 3 kills more importantly. ClearLove is an absolute monster. Pretty much 1100 gold in the lead.
Yeah. Versus
xiohu, who is doing a great job here. As we keep mentioning, is about 30 CS up.
Actually decided to go for the Ryze as item number 2.
Wow, okay. So I don't mind it because of the mid-range nature of the comp, but I still feel that he can kill against the Ryze, die against the Ryze, which is not where you want to be as a mid-game Azir. Kit's very much about control and the surprise initiation. I feel like everyone else brings enough damage. He doesn't really have to go for such an aggressive build, but, you know, I trust in xiohu because he is playing very well right now.
Most certainly is. 100% kill participation there as Koro just trying to kite around Lupa, but Marta's going to make his way in. mlxg's here as well. The explosive cast comes in, but it delivers a play to Marta. He's stuck in the box, and Koro's in. This is just one of the worst experiences you could be as a top laner. 4 against 1, not a chance.
But it still took a while to kill him there. And you can see it gives EDG a chance to maybe pressure in on some other objectives. Go back within 500, however. And we kind of mentioned that RNG had to get ahead in the early game, otherwise it's going to be in trouble. Showing right now that they can go to the later stages and be completely fine.
Yeah, 20 minutes is going to tick over here. Baron is going to spawn up in 20 seconds as EDG are going to pick up Dragon number 2 for themselves. So keeping at least that objective on lockdown. Something that EDG has historically been well and truly known for.
Maybe too good in this season at getting dragons. I mean, other teams have lost the, I guess, desire to stack those things up. They're a lot better now than they were at the start of the season. And I think that the buffs only help EDG as a team because of how much they do like fighting in that particular area of the map.
Very true, but you're right. Maybe a little bit of overemphasis.
You can see double items plus upgraded boots have been picked up by xiohu now. He's a monster.
My God.
And there's kind of just this roaming death squad right now of RNG members.
Yeah, EDG as well, sort of doing a very similar thing here as Whoosh setting up this minion wave for the inner turret on the bottom side of the map. The next point of power here for RNG. We'll see whether they are going to be able to lock this one down. Rift Herald is there from mlxg. And Koro, the first man here, and looking like one of the only ones as well. As there's the hook. Flash immediately has to be used there from Koro to get himself out.
Wow, I don't know if he did have to use Flash. I mean, the rest of his team was there apart from Born. And he still had the ultimate available, but I guess just respecting Marta's Thresh right now, which is once again going off.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely fantastic. As you can see, xiohu getting double damage out from his Sand Soldiers, auto-attacking both Deft and Meiko at the same time. But Seraph Embrace now done for Pawn. He's very strong here on this Ryze. As of right now. And now Lupa actually is able to knock back mlxg, but that's the ultimate on cooldown. He's in so much trouble. Tempered Fate's going to come in.
Can they get there in time? However, does not look like it.
Yeah, the hook's going to come down. That is going to be a dead Gragas. And RNG
just
pick
getting
up another
pick
one.
after pick, and we said that the usefulness of Thresh in these situations has been really displayed in the promotion tournament for the LPL. And it does not seem to be changing right now, Atlus, because 4 out of 6 kills have been picked up by Marta. And he's just everywhere on Summoner's Rift.
He's just, yeah, able to make so much pressure as well. I mean, it's not only the kills, it's just the fact that he just seems to be everywhere. And it is very, very scary. Of course, what was a pretty lit up map for EDG is now getting very dark. They're trying to concentrate that vision towards the bottom side. You can see the top side of the map is now emptied. Baron buff is being pinged by a couple. Still a little bit of vision there in the pit as Meiko grabs a little bit down, but...
Once again, Deary, eyes getting a little bit old. Is that a warrior enchant on mlxg's Kindred?
It does look like it from here, but honestly... No, it's not. No, that's a Devourer.
The Devourer? Cool.
There's also a little puppy dog following.
Yeah, he wasn't on the screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2-1 and 2. He's been able to fight his way back into this game well. I was going to say good adaptations of the items, but not really the case there.
No,
they were looking for a pick. I mean, if we have a look at the status of the map, 30 CS right now for jungler and mid laner alike. Everyone else within touching distance of each other. That's why we have such an even game. I think that you could say that Deft is stronger right now, but xiohu will catch up on his... that Wuxx will catch up on his next item build.
Yep.
So the game really is weighted relatively evenly. And EDG just keep getting picked off time and time again.
Yeah, and they were actually the ones making the picks earlier on. We'll see whether they can move things back in their favor as this game continues. It's going to be very important. There's Koro, once again, off on this side lane. The rest of RNG hanging out in the mid. Understands that he will be relatively safe. Distortion Boots already completed. That teleport is available.
Needs it more for the flash right now, you think?
Yeah.
They're just tracking him around Summoner's Rift. ClearLove needs to be careful.
Yeah, xiohu actually moving pretty quickly towards him.
He's gone back and picked up Azir nice and early, so you expect that to be Phantom Dancer.
Oh, there's another flash from Pawn. Flashes out of the way. Not going to be caught by that one this time, and ClearLove not going to get found by the hook. So RNG making some plays, just trading some flashes. Yeah,
traded flash is a good thing. However, Ryze relies on mobility very much. If a team fight breaks out, however, you know that Azir is more of the stand and deliver kind of guy.
Yeah.
Pawn relies on getting onto that back line, and right now they're just dominating the flow of the game. When RNG want to fight, they can fight. And EDG don't really have any response to this.
Well, sort of looking at Deft, looking at Pawn to try and carry them through this later stage of the game. ClearLove as well, farming up very nicely. I mean, 33 CS in the jungle is pretty fantastic. But it is looking scary.
I guess more importantly is the fact that it's 25 minutes into the game and that Devourer still is not transformed, so...
Yeah.
My goodness, that damage.
Yeah. Ryze is pretty strong.
Certainly is. Looks like he's going for potentially a Void Staff or an Abyssal Scepter next.
And what do you think about Wuxx grabbing the static shiv here as well? Opting for a little bit more of that wave flare.
Yeah, I don't like it at all. I just think Rapid Fire Cannon, if you can afford to go, it is so much better. If you need a defensive feel, go for Phantom Dancer. Sorry, I thought the Meiko was going to get caught there. Was not the case.
Yeah, extra vision is going to get put down. And mlxg going to clear it out.
So it is a...
Oh, Pawn actually looking for a pick here. He's going to get onto Master, who takes a lot of damage. Immediately the kill goes down. And Pawn grabs the Lamb's Respite. The Tempered Fate comes in there as well as xiohu with a huge play. Pawn is going to fall down. And it's now a 4 versus 4. xiohu is going to get eliminated though as ClearLove. He falls down as well. A massive parallel convergence comes in. But Deft is going off. He falls down. Wuxx is able to pick one up as Meiko is able to get himself out of there. Koro take the magical journey. Decides not to as Cosmic Binding will be up relatively soon. Looping going to get slowed down. Parallel convergence doesn't find it as the slow comes in. EDG so far with the oh my god, Meiko the beast. They completely
the greed out of Looper, and he gets sniped by Meiko over the wall. He could have taken the base gate, Atlus.
Yeah.
Wanted the kill, and Meiko makes him pay. I mean, you were yelling about Deft in that fight, but honestly, Wuxx takes on ClearLove, wins. Let's take another look at it. So this is a great catch here, and mentioned it already. You know, with the Vard and the Ryze, they're going to be able to blow someone up, and that's exactly what they did. But check out Wuxx. Pretty much goes 1v1 here with the jungler, who is so fed, and is able to take him on, then ducks over the wall afterwards, and just picks up the back end of this team fight. Honestly, if Wuxx hadn't have gone this aggressive, things would have been so much worse for the RNG lineup. They got close with Meiko nearly falling down, but not close enough.
Yeah, really, really close fight. EDG, however, still able just to skirmish fantastically well in sort of this mid-game stage. Blade of the Ruined King now done for Deft, actually. 3-1 and 2 on the Ezreal.
And I'm going to say this is scary now for RNG, because if you've got a team fighting comp, as they do, and you're going up against the comp that was, you know, very snowballed early, there's still a good team fighting lineup, EDG, but you're not winning on that condition, then I don't know what they fall back to if this series falls out of hand. Because they really have been that skirmishing composition, and Wuxx is going for an IE. He just wants more damage, not going for something like a Merc Scimitar that could potentially save his life in these team fights.
Yeah, and you could imagine actually with things like the Rune Prism that he does not want to get locked down with, like QSS will be very useful.
Honestly, even a Bloodthirster would be useful.
Yeah.
As they take a lot of damage from Baron, who ClearLove accidentally annoyed.
Well, you can't throw shotgun pellets at him. He gets upset about that.
I don't think you throw shotgun pellets. And
yeah,
ClearLove doesn't actually go towards a Phantom Dance. He goes for a rapid fire cannon, so he's all in on the offense.
Gets a little bit more range from that one too, I guess, which is good.
Yep, that is what rapid fire cannon does. Good. For the first shot.
I think it's interesting. It sort of was the item of choice, but then it got changed.
It was when Siege was poor. Let's take another look at this though. Wuxx going in.
Yeah, mlxg is going to be able to help lock down Koro here as well. And Wuxx actually in a whole bunch of trouble here. Throws down the culling, and Koro is going to fall down. We'll see what EDG can actually do on the back end of this.
Not much, but that was so close. The barrel just short out of Koro there.
Not quite able to get it done.
Pawn standing on top of a ward.
Yeah. Puts down the pink ward, discovers that he's been seen.
But once again, when the map is split up, it looks at RNG just have all the answers, able to generate pick after pick with this composition. The chase is just too much, and EDG need to start respecting it.
Yeah, Koro as well always seems to be the one sort of off on his own in these side lanes without the ability to escape. Didn't even use his flash in that last engagement. Understood that he really needed to.
Didn't have it.
Okay. Well, will have it available next time around. We'll see whether he's going to be with his team in order to use it. True Shot Barrage tags xiohu, but he doesn't take too much damage. Also has a Void Staff for himself.
So is Pawn. So they're very equal on items right now, the mid laners.
Yeah, despite a bit of extra money there for xiohu.
That was a lot of pallets.
Yeah. Well, RNG are just going to back off. Lots of vision around this Baron pit. Not too worried about EDG making any sneaky maneuvers. As Koro, you know, despite the fact that he's been picked off a few times, still well and truly even.
Kind of just playing the Silsoul game right now, where you run down a lane, get as much farm as you can, die.
Yeah.
Go back to base, get your shop in.
Where's his Ignite heal, man?
I don't think he's going that far, but
if you're going to be Silsouling, there's only one way to Silsoul. I feel like this is an in-joke from a very long time ago. The blue buff is going to go to Pawn. Successfully defended, and my god did it melt. And 1,000 gold still is the difference. As EDG hold that advantage.
They got up to about 2, but otherwise this game has been so even. Whoa.
Oh my goodness, that was close. xiohu shifting sands is going to get him to safety.
That was the smallest shifting sands ever. It was kind of a crappy version, and yeah, still saved his life, however.
You only need to go as far as you need to, you know?
Yeah, that is exactly right. Couldn't have said it better myself.
I didn't say it very well. So
no, that's all right.
I would have hoped you would be able to say it better.
But EDG, they'll do Baron incredibly quickly, so clearing out that side of the map means that it does need to be face checked. Deft looking for the assassination.
Yeah. Wanted to prove that Wuxx is just a fan. He's not going to walk the dangerous way. No face checks today. This Deft is going to put down a back. Pink ward available there for RNG though.
And just as he does back, mlxg jumps the wall as well.
Yep.
So now it's mlxg, and RNG is going to be able to clean out vision from the top side of the map.
Yeah, Mata as well moving over here. There you can see there's a lot of wards. ClearLove sort of off on his own, but Meiko's here as well.
Oh, xiohu.
Yeah, he's looking for Deft actually as well. Has to use the flash, and they're trying to corner xiohu. Everyone flashing to pick up the AD carry, and they do so. But my god, Mata in so much trouble. There's the Lamb's Respite. Koro picks up the ultimate. xiohu knocked out of the pit. Meiko picks up the kill now as EDG continuing to blaze through. Wuxx kiting away. This, oh my goodness, manages to use it in order to corral Wuxx, but it's not enough. Double kill comes out for the Lucian. And Pawn over the top, gets played back though, picks up the kill on the AD carry, but will fall down. mlxg picks up the slack, and now Meiko in so much trouble, but the Cosmic Binding saves him. Fantastic fight for RNG.
Yeah, 2 for 4 there for RNG, and they're going to start up the Baron. Meiko's going to have to put in work. Horrible team fight there for EDG. Pawn chased out Looper, and it just did not work in their favor at all.
Meiko.
There he goes.
Yeah, he's trying to pick something up. Cosmic Binding comes in, but the Baron falls down. Magical Journey is going to get the Bard out of there as True Shot Barrage not going to find any kills. And RNG now ahead by probably the most gold so far of this game.
First lead in the game. Let's take another look at it. So they go deep here. Great ulti one more time out of the Azir, and Deft kind of follows him with it. I thought it was going to be alright because Marta was incredibly low, and they did have Pawn there and Koro with a good flank. However, this goes all wrong because mlxg and Wuxx, this double damage pair, are just able to deal with ClearLove and Koro, and Pawn's still chasing the Looper, and Looper, you know, he's a Cinch player, man. You don't want to be chasing him.
Yeah.
In the end, Pawn does clean him up, but mlxg able to take him down. That's just bad team fighting and bad prioritization out of EDG.
Yeah, a little bit of disrespect maybe from this side. This Pawn does have himself a needlessly large rod as well as Chicken Magic Mantle. We'll see what he builds that into. The game goes on. Negatron Cloak, so it could be the Guardian Angel.
And they got their first Dragon as well afterwards, so EDG no longer have that win condition in about 39 minutes of going towards Dragon number 5. With Baron buff, they're going to have to be very careful rotating through these lanes.
Importantly, Deft now does have himself the Hex. Oh my goodness! mlxg starting something up. Wuxx is actually going to get caught by the ultimate as Meiko keeps himself alive. Parallel convergence down from Looper. But RNG don't find anything. Get a lot of Meiko's health bar though, and this could buy them this inner turret. Baron buff doing work, and that is going to melt like butter.
Deft had a Hex Drinker last fight.
Oh god. Okay.
Just didn't mean anything.
Well, now RNG inside track here towards the mid lane as well. We'll see whether they can grab another inner turret for themselves. Starting to move ahead. Game getting harder and harder for EDG. Pawn playing very far up. He's able to clear out all of this though, and Deft picks himself up a red buff.
And if RNG win this game, xiohu should take a massive bow because he's been able to start up every single one of these team fights on the Azir.
Oh yeah.
And EDG didn't respect the pickup. Honestly, they have assassins that they generally play against it. This time around did not. There's Marta looking for deep vision now. Jockeying for position around the last couple of outer turrets. It'll extend their gold lead to about 3,000 if they're able to pick it up.
Well, blue buff going to be stolen away here. mlxg picks that one up for himself.
There it is.
Yeah, easy in a turret.
3,000 the lead. And EDG well and truly on the back foot now.
Yeah, the first considerable lead for the game. Steric's Gauge is finally picked up here for ClearLove. So some defensive flavor in the build. As well as that more of Malmortius, you have to say. And Koro has himself a Randuin's Omen. So lots of armor for the Gragas. Meiko taking some poke. And there's the hook onto Koro. We'll see whether they go in on it. He's the tanky guy. Feeling pretty good as there's Pawn actually launches himself forward. mlxg now dancing amongst it. Oh, he has to use the ultimate as the collateral damage comes out. mlxg trying to fall. EDG, they're looking to try and pick up the team fight as Looper now tanking everyone, but the Empress Divide under the Sun Turret melting everyone. EDG cannot do anything as Pawn's able to pick up one, but Wuxx is going to answer on the back end. Deft and Pawn, the last two alive. And EDG hold on for the minute. 2 for 3 in favor of RNG.
So he didn't jump out. He got cast out, Jake. But on the other end of that, what a good ultimate out of xiohu. One more time scoops everyone underneath the Sun Turret. And Wuxx cleans up the back end of another team fight. Now 6, 3, and 7. You can see why they have the confidence in the young AD carry. He's going off.
Yeah. And as well, we were talking about, you know, dangerous to build things like the Infinity Edge. I'll take it all back. Build whatever you want.
You can see they fish for one more horse before everyone just screams back. But RNG enjoying that team fight, Atlus.
Exactly. Really good to hear from them there as well. I'm excited about this. This whole it's just a bit of a new thing, ladies and gentlemen. We're really excited about it.
The ladies and gentlemen on the other end, not you.
Yeah, no, that's an oldie. Oldie but a goodie. That's what I like to say. Guardian Angel now picked up from Pawn though. And Wuxx has himself the Bloodthirster. My God, he's so big.
Deft is like
still strong.
2,000 gold away from a 6-item build.
mlxg dancing around as Deft takes so much damage. Wuxx was looking for it there as Spawn eats the full culling. There's the Lance for Spider. Spawn's going to move back into it there as Tempered Fate. It is going to find its way into Lupa on top of Deft. He can't actually contribute to this team fight anymore. It's Koro. He does fall down. mlxg's dead as well, but Pawn can't do anything else. True Shot Barrage flies through, but Wuxx way ahead of him with the escape with the E, and RNG just looks so strong.
Yeah, they certainly do. They're able to win another team fight, and that was through Pawn's GA. Still need to be careful pushing forward here, because there's a lot of damage left in this EDG lineup, but they will successfully secure the last outer turret.
Yeah, it is going to fall. And RNG have only got the base to break now. The lead now extending 6,000 almost for the young lineup. The Emperor of Shurima is going to go back home. No, I'm not talking about Azir. I'm talking about xiohu.
And everyone kind of collapsed onto Deft there. I don't know if they needed to, because he seemed to have enough lifesteal to be able to survive the damage out of Lupa. And they kind of left Pawn by himself. It was a curious decision. Lupa now goes back, gets himself another Giant's Belt. He's not dying anytime soon.
Yeah, also has the Abyssal Scepter for some extra damage. A scary Ekko right now.
They pick up Dragon number 2 for themselves.
In a matter of seconds as True Shot Barrage flies overhead.
I think with the 2 compositions that they have, anything dies in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
Like Frozen Fist has been picked up by Meiko. And there's a Frozen Heart on Mata. Even the supports can get in amongst it now, Atlus.
Well, RNG hanging around this Baron, which just respawned. Deft throws a Mystic Shot out. They're trying to clear vision as best they can. And RNG, they're just waiting. Happy to wait for all of these Scrying Orbs. One more remaining. EDG will need a miraculous team fight to take this game down as they're over the side of the wall. RNG are going to be spotted doing this Baron as there's the Tempered Fate. They put it down onto the Baron actually as Mata takes a lot of damage. There's the Lambs for Spiders. Deft over to the side. Lupa tanking a lot of damage, but Wuxx able to take down Meiko. Now ClearLove just destroyed by this Lucian, who's doing so much work. The double kill already. Make that a triple. The Quadra is going to come through as Lupa is going to jump right on top, takes away the kill. And Koro's going to deny anything more, but RNG, so powerful in game number 1.
This might even be game, Atlus. They still have Lupa, who can take up the turret. Mata with a clutch hook there. Peels away ClearLove, who was diving onto his AD carry. And they've got enough damage.
They got so much damage. Wuxx and xiohu just clear up these turrets. The Nexus is going to fall. That is going to be game 1. And that is going to be RNG with what honestly feels like an upset over EDG straight up.
Yeah, exactly right. They're able to take it. You see big grins out of the players on your screen. Wuxx had a game.
Yeah.
And EDG, you can see Deft kind of talking, but everyone else relatively silent. Koro, shocking game 1.
No, yeah, just really
caught out of position time and time again.
And look, if we go back, the beginning of the game actually looked fantastic from EDG. It was just RNG saying, well, okay. And then continuing to do very well in the laning phase, taking advantage of the 2 opponent tier users. So they pick up those early kills, and then what do they get? Some more mana. It just wasn't able to translate into lane pressure or dominance. A little bit unfortunate there for EDG, but it is, of course, a best-of-5 series. This is a team known to be able to take it all the way to the end, and we'll see whether they are going to be able to do so here.
And this is also what we expect out of RNG, you know, strong Game 1 performance.
Yeah.
Were able to do so against WE as well, but it did come back to a Game 5 in that situation, so still is life in both teams. But I think the fact that RNG fell down early and then were able to explode back into that game was just huge for the lineup.
Yeah, especially because that's not necessarily what they do, right? They're normally the team that's about skirmishing early on and then creating advantages there, and unfortunately sometimes not being able to pick it up in the late game. This was the complete opposite.
Yeah, kind of. You know, they still had good laning phase.
Well, yeah, that's
They,
true.
like, dropped 2 kills. I guess that's what they did. They dropped the ball. They picked it up again. They had a 30 CS lead in the mid lane. The Wuxx was still ahead. I mean, Koro was getting caught out. Lupa wasn't necessarily up in CS, but he was up in map pressure because of how mlxg was playing that game.
Yeah.
So even though they gave away 2 kills, I'm not going to say they were behind in the early game because they were still the ones dictating the pace. And EDG never really regained control after that.
Yeah, and do we think this is like something to do with xiohu's Azir pick, or the fact that it was picked into Ryze? Do we think that like picking the Ryze early on is a problem?
I honestly don't think it has to do with either of those things. I think that xiohu played a little bit better than Pawn in that game and was able to step up. And then Wuxx was just much more secure in the team fights on the Lucian. So he was able to pump out enough damage that there was never really anyone a threat that could get into his face. Pawn was either chasing incorrect targets throughout the team fights, or Koro wasn't able to get on top of him, and too many perfect storm moments happened for the first, 30 minutes, and then after that point, RNG was just far enough ahead that they fought them over and over again. So I really don't think it has to do with either of the pick ban phases. RNG just out-executed EDG.
Wow. So what does EDG then do? If it
Play
do they
better.
just pick the same things
Play
again
better.
and just play better?
Literally play better, Atlas. They get into the game and they execute a little bit better. You don't chase an Ekko around a team fight when there's a Lucian killing everyone. You
That's a good
call
point.
out priority targets. There was a couple of key tempered fates that weren't able to hit. And there was some really clutch hooks out of Mata in the middle of those team fights that were peeling for Wuxin. Wuxin looked like he could just move around with reckless abandon throughout the stages of the team fight. So I think that EDG will take a look at that game and be like, you know what? Kind of went how we expected. We got the early lead. What we needed to do after that is snowball it in, take objective around the map, and show this young squad that not everything is about team fighting.
Yeah, and I think you're exactly right bringing up Mata there as well, because that man had a ridiculous performance on the Thresh. I mean, he sort of picked up his team after those first couple of kills and said, "All right, guys, well, I'm just going to be everywhere, land the hooks, get the picks, and we're going to finish the game."
Yeah, I think it was really interesting actually how EDG had very deliberate holes in their vision, but then didn't play to the correct side of the map. The one that comes to mind straight away is when they went and cleared out all of the Baron vision from RNG and then placed down their own, and then simultaneously Koro got caught bottom lane. And it was like, well, Koro, you know that the whole team is around Baron Pit. You know that they're laying down their vision there. Maybe incorrect call out of EDG to have him push up that far. But it was just time and time again that this kind of thing was happening.
Yeah, it's just a little bit ridiculous. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go to a short break. Game 2 coming up right after this.